Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to this new lesson. Today's lesson is vocabulary. Yesterday my son wasn't happy at all. He told me, Dad, why do I need to learn all these vocabulary? Many synonyms, a lot of antonyms, so many words with different meanings. Do I need to learn them all? And what I told him is that learning vocabulary will help you express yourself in a better way and also will improve your writing. It will help you understand the reading comprehensions easily, and it's one of the most important skills in English. Let's start the lesson. Vocabulary Unit 11, Level C. Guys, I want you to focus on the stressed syllables in each word. Word number one is appease, appease. So in the first word, we stress the syllable peas. We say appease. Word number two is belated. We stress lay, belated. Word number three, calamitous, calamitous, calamitous. Word number four is one syllable, so we stress the entire word, sight, sight. Word number five, conventional, so I stress ven, conventional. Word number six is different because it has two pronunciations, so either you stress the first syllable and you say decoy, or you stress the second syllable and say decoy, decoy, decoy. Word number seven, delve. What do you guess? It's one syllable. Word number eight, ensue, ensue. Word number nine, gallantry, gallantry. So stress gal. Word number 10, impart, impart. You stress the part. Word number 11, judicious. 12, mediate and mediate. Number 13, milieu. Number 14, outlandish. 15, overbearing, overbearing. 16, pert, pert. 17, quirk, quirk. 18, regale, regale. Number 19, shiftless, shiftless. Number 20, the last word, taint, taint.
Let's begin with word 1. It is appease, appease. Appease is a verb meaning to make calm, to satisfy, or to yield to. Any hiker will tell you that you need plenty of water to appease your thirst when on the trail. Or, in order to get re-elected, a legislator may have to appease powerful interest groups. Now let's try the second word. It is belated, belated. Belated is an adjective meaning late or tardy. A belated apology for missing an appointment is better than no apology at all. Or, many a great artist has received belated recognition of his or her achievements. The third word is calamitous, calamitous. Calamitous is an adjective meaning causing great misfortune. A calamitous flood may cause destruction that will take years to repair. Similarly, another major depression would be calamitous for the world economy. Let's move on to the next word. It is cite, cite. Cite is a verb with several meanings, including to quote, to mention, to summon to court, or to command. Passages from the Bible are usually cited by chapter and verse. Or, a firefighter or police officer may be cited for bravery. Our fifth word is conventional. Conventional. Conventional is an adjective meaning in line with accepted ideas, or trite. A certain senator may be known as a conservative politician with conventional ideas. Or, a critic may pan a particular play because its plot is too conventional. Word 6 deserves special attention because it has two pronunciations: decoy and decoy. Which pronunciation you use depends on how the word functions in a sentence. Let's see how this works. If word 6 is being used as a verb meaning to lure into a trap, it is pronounced decoy. Decoy. A clever general may be able to decoy an enemy into a weak or untenable position. And detective novelists love to plant false clues to decoy or confuse their readers. The other pronunciation of word 6 is decoy. Decoy. This pronunciation is used when word 6 functions as a noun meaning a person or thing used to lure into a trap. The leader of a band of brigands may send out decoys to lure unwary travelers into his clutches. Similarly, a general may use some troops as decoys to distract or confuse an enemy. Let's recap. Word 6 has two pronunciations. When it's used as a verb, it's pronounced decoy. When it's used as a noun, it's pronounced decoy. Our next word is delve. Delve. Delve is a verb meaning to dig or to search deeply and thoroughly in. Your dad may spend a good deal of his weekend delving in the garden. Or, a genealogist may spend many years delving into the history of a single family. Let's move on to word 8. It is ensue. Ensue. Ensue is a verb meaning to follow in order or to come immediately after. Violence may ensue when authorities routinely ignore the needs of a community. Or, after exposure to a virus, infection may ensue. Word 9 is gallantry. Gallantry. Gallantry is a noun meaning heroic courage, respect and courtesy, or a very courteous act or statement. A general depends as much on the gallantry of his troops as on the skill of his officers. Or, a scholar may cite examples of the type of gallantry demanded by the code of chivalry. Our next word is impart. Impart. Impart is a verb meaning to make known, or to give or pass something on. Eyewitnesses were more than happy to impart what they saw to the police. Or, a master chef may carefully impart the tricks of the trade to an apprentice.
Word number 11 is judicious. Judicious is an adjective meaning using or showing good judgment, or wise, or sensible. Word number 12 is mediate. Mediate. And this word has two pronunciations. You can say mediate or mediate. If you use it as a verb, it means to bring about an agreement between persons or groups, like this picture here. You bring an agreement between these two fighting groups. Or to act as a go-between. And if you use this as an adjective, it means occupying a middle position, indirect, or acting through an intermediary. Word number 13 is milieu. Milieu is a noun which means the setting or surroundings or environment. Next up is the word outlandish. Outlandish means strange or freakish or weird or foreign looking. So it's an adjective. Out of the way. Or geographically remote. It also means exceeding the reasonable limits. Next word is the word overbearing. Overbearing is an adjective meaning domineering, haughty, or bullying. It also means overpowering or predominant, most common. Next up is the word pert. Pert is an adjective meaning high-spirited, or lively, or bold, saucy, or jaunty. Next is the word quirk. Quirk is a noun which means a peculiar way of acting, or also it means a sudden twist or turn. Next word is the word regale. It is a verb which means to feast or entertain agreeably. Before the last is the word shiftless. Shiftless is an adjective meaning lazy or lacking in ambition and energy or inefficient. Last but not least is the word taint. Taint is a noun which means a stain or a spot. It's also a mark of corruption or dishonor. Have a look at under the table. And you can also use it as a verb which means to stain or contaminate.
They have to sacrifice their dreams in order to ensure that motherhood takes precedence over all else. And I'm not
by the belated arrival of a small French force.
I'll start by wishing you a belated birthday.
Thank you.
And on the flip side, major failures of self-restraint can be calamitous.
Wrong choices, wrong decisions. That's why
Vietnam became one of the most calamitous front lines of the Cold War.
Let me cite some examples of the biggest tax dodgers. These come from the organization American.
So you'd have to write the sentence incorrectly as you did. You'd have to cite the rule of grammar that you broke. And then
a conventional classroom is like a school bus where all the students log in, they just get on, and the teacher is like the bus driver, and it drives from point A to point B, and you can make sure that all the students get there. A conventional classroom is like a school bus where all the students log in, they just get on, and the teacher is like the bus driver, and it drives from point A to point B, and you can make sure that all the students get there. And so what I had done is I had given each of them a brand new car, keys, and I said, drive. And so some of them stalled out, and some of them raced ahead, and some of them drove right into a wall. And so I need to give them more scaffolding next year. The next thing I learned is the importance of reading. Kids struggled with reading when you make your class independent. And I should have seen this coming because it's the biggest indicator of success. And I think the reason I didn't see it coming is that I had never stopped talking, because that's what good teachers do. We read the book, and then we come up with really good examples, and then we present it in a dynamic way, and the kids can just sit there, and then they can learn it. Why would they want to read the book? We read it for them. And so when I force them to read the book, a lot of them struggled, and we've had to work with that.
Jeff talks us through his hide and decoy setup.
I always believe in building hides that it is really important that you have a good background, because if the sun was to come out with no background in your hide, you will be silhouetted quite sharply, and it's amazing how much the pigeons will see that. You know, you think you're well covered behind the net, but they'll see the movement because you've got nothing behind you.
It should not take 10 years to get approved. It's like a decoy. America built the Golden Gate Bridge in just 4 years and the Hoover Dam in 5 years. Think of that.
That we hardly delve into in order to give it the space to thrive and to flourish. Allow me now to talk about my experience teaching creative writing here in Libya.
Not only did mass violence ensue, but the country turned from an agricultural exporter into an importer. Not only did mass violence ensue, but the country turned from an agricultural exporter into an importer, gaining an unemployment rate of 94%. That's when hyper...
The Medal of Honor is presented for gallantry on the battlefield. But today we also recognize Kyle Carpenter for his valor since.
Environment where older generations can impart some of that wisdom to young people and hopefully reverse mentoring.
And here we come to the end of today's lesson. Today we will practice the first 10 words in Unit 11. We learned about their meanings, parts of speech, and how to use them into meaningful sentences. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we've presented the vocabulary in Unit 11, their meanings, synonyms, antonyms, parts of speech, and how are they used in real context. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.